guys. Um so this is gonna be the second vlog of my lifetime. So I just started vlogging January, I guess, date second or something. So this is gonna be the second vlog I've ever posted, and it's gonna be all about my trading journey and stuff, my trading journey and shit. So this is where we're gonna talk about why I started trading, the reason behind it and everything, how it all started, and the mentors, the journey of taking from mentor to mentor, and all the way to my strategy. Although I'm not gonna talk about my strategy like in full and everything, but I'm gonna try my best to explain. No, I'm gonna just name my strategy, name some the steps I take to get them, to analyze them and then use them, so hope you guys gonna watch this till the end. Yeah, God bless. So we're gonna start on why I started it. So it was like August. I don't know what date, but I only know it was August, and it's been a long one. I've been into trading for like a year, and this is the fourth month, fourth, fifth. I'm not sure, but yeah, I know. It's been fun. I'm gonna say it. It's been fun, very fun. So it started, me, as my mindset says, and as per my thinking, I'm this guy who doesn't want to be like other people. So I'm this guy who's always wanted to be different, in every possible way. As long as something is possible, I want it to be like so different, you know so my whole life I've always wanted to be this different guy, this guy who doesn't follow society and just has his own rules. So what I did was to like come up with this idea, like what's gonna keep me, what's gonna keep me there, what's gonna take me there, what's gonna take me to that level of, don't give a fuck level type of shit. So I just went, like any other guy who wants to be rich and everything, went online, looked for online businesses and all that stuff. It was, I wouldn't say it was easy because there were a bunch of decisions to make, when you get there, because each business comes with its own, you know, up, downfall, and I don't know, hope you get it. It comes with its ups and downs. Yeah, I guess that's better. So you just had to make this choice of which one do you prefer. But at the moment, I was happy because a friend of mine would knew just a little bit of stuff about trading, so he introduced me to it, everything about it, and it really helped me. I'd say thank you to him. I mean, for where I am right now, it was because he did something. He had some impact in my choosing, and he helped me a lot. I'm not gonna lie about it. So I started it, and I went on like that again and again. With him, we opened an account. We did all of that, and he showed me the basics and everything, how to use MT5, trading view, get a broker and stuff. So I don't know, that day was like, I guess it was like a calling, because after that I went online and I'm like searching for trading and stuff, on TikTok. I'm looking for the trading lessons and everything, and I meet this guy online. He's, you know Alex G. I know, I hope y'all know him. I meet his account, and there's this video that popped up, and it was like how he turned $100 to $1 million. Yeah, and I just watched the short, so it was a short version of it, and he explained everything, just in bits and bits. And then I just typed there, like on the comments, I just went like, how did you do it? And I don't know, I guess God was on my side, I believe in God and everything. It was like a choosing, a calling, I'm the chosen one thing, the Trump stuff. So after commenting, he replied, like, what? He replied, and after I commented, like, how did you do it? He sent me this telegram what? How do I call it? He sent me his Telegram link, and I opened it, and then into his swing trading lab. Yeah, so that is where he, kind of teaches everything. So I was like so happy that he had replied. Like, how the hell did he do that, bro? Like, he had this blue tick, and at the moment, that was like a big deal to me. A very, very big deal. But it did help me because, well, I like to say it was like a calling. I'm the chosen one. Who else would have done it if not me? So, because of all the people, of all the comments that were there, he just chose to reply to mine, which was so overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie about it. It was so overwhelming, and I used that. I used that as an excuse to know, why did this happen today. Why did someone with a blue tick reply to my comment today? So I started with his videos. So I watched like the whole 100 to a million video, like for the whole, like, I don't know how long it took. I can't remember quite well, but I watched that video in a day. Then I went on to his videos, where he teaches about candlestick and stuff and all of that. And I'm not gonna lie, there's that feeling after that, you feel like this guru guy. So I made my first deposit, which I wouldn't say was a bad idea, because I didn't quite lose the money. I didn't quite lose the money yet. I made at least a profit of $10 plus, which was at the moment. So at the moment, it was like a lot for me. So, because I've just made $10 out of nothing, you know, placing it in Kenyan money. So I continued on with that. So then I blew the account, but at least I knew something, I knew it wasn't like just something you can just do it, you just had to study. Plus, I loved trading because I didn't need to go to school. I didn't need to find some weird thing. It wasn't that hard. You just, if you only had a phone and Wi-Fi, you can learn it, on your own. So by the way, I'm a self-made trader. Like, I learned from YouTube videos, and all of that. So I watched his videos, and then I learned more from him. I'm not gonna lie, he was like the best teacher. Although, he was the best teacher, you know. And also, he's this guy who's gonna influence you like in the right way. All the cars and everything. I just loved it, because he's at this point of fuck you, he's at that point, where he doesn't care. He's just free, does anything he wants anytime, which was my end goal. That is all I wanted to do. That is why I started trading. So I continued on, and after I had learned the candlestick and the supply and demand, support and resistance, and everything, I moved on to Smart Risk. You'll find him on YouTube. By the way, shout out to FX Alex G for my beginning. He's built my foundation. He's the foundation guy. Then shout out to, jeez, I just said it. Wow. Oh, shout out to Smart Risk. He also helped me with something, like a lot of it. That is where I learned liquidity and all of that. So also there's I forgot the name though. Trading Geek. Yep. He also helped me. Shout out to him. So I went on to Smart Risk, and I learned everything about liquidity. That's where I learned order blocks, fair value gaps quite perfectly. Alex taught all of them, but that's where I went deeper into it, through smart risk. So continued on and on until I knew like what I was doing in the market. I've made a couple of deposits, and I'm not gonna say I was bad at it. I'll say I was like average, I'd lose, I'd win and everything. So sometimes it was a loss, sometimes it was a win, and I used to withdraw actually like my capital. I wouldn't say I've been in a loss, like a complete loss, because every time I made double the capital I've deposited, I'd withdraw it. So I'd withdraw the capital, then remain with the money I just made. So continuing on and on with smart risk, it went on, and I just became this perfect guy. Although not as perfect because I didn't have a strategy. I would trade everything, I would see a fair value gap and I'd trade it. I'd see another block, I'd see support and resistance, trend lines, and then it was like this mixture of things. Plus, at the moment I didn't know how to control my emotions. So, every time it would go on a loss. Plus, I wasn't really good at uh, the top down analysis. So I'd enter like a position on like the hourly time frame, and it would just go just a little bit below, and I'm like, whoa, this loss is too big. So I wasn't that good. I wouldn't say I was that good. I wouldn't say I was in that much of a better place, but at least I wasn't where I was. So moving on and on, that's where I met now the real mentor, the guy who I'm walking on his steps. I mean, so let's say Alex, I like Alex mindset and everything. He's just a guy who doesn't care. He has the money. He doesn't care. I mean, that guy is literally like, right now like on a dispute with Bugatti. So he's this guy with his own level, and he this fuck you level. He doesn't care whatever you want to say, whatever you want to comment. He doesn't care, and I love that mindset. So let's say on Alex G, I like the cars part, the don't care attitude. I mean, he cares, but he doesn't care. So you know then there's TJR. I like his trading. He's also like me, I'd say, self-made also, although I'm not completely self-made, but he's like completely self-made. He just decided he'll go into the charts, find his own way out. Just get lost into the candles and everything, then find his own way out. So that's why that's what I love about him. So TJR is like the mentor right now. Like, he's everything in trading to me. Everything about liquidity, my strategy and everything, all learned from him. I'd say that I learned everything from him. Like, right now the strategy I use is all based on him. So TJR, I started watching his videos at least 3-4 months ago. So I went onto his profile and I've watched like the whole boot camp and thing. I've watched like the trading transformation, the whole of it, which was perfect actually. I'm not gonna lie. So that's where I got my strategy and everything. So my strategy is like I trade SMC. So it's all based on liquidity sweeps, then breaker structure, and a retest to maybe a fair value gap or order block. The only two. Those are the only two that I trade: entries, order block, fair value gaps. That is like everything I trade. So based on this journey, I would say maybe I'm not where I want to be, because right now I don't have the capital and everything. I'm just here sitting down with my knowledge and everything. But I would say I'm not the boy I was. I'm not the boy I was, and I'm gladly proud of it. Like I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be, which is a crazy step to me. I'm not gonna lie. It means a lot to me. it means like everything to me because I can achieve that life right now, and then and I'm happy for myself. I am proud of myself. I'd say that. I'd like to congratulate myself, to thank myself for being there for me. I mean, it's been lonely. I'm not gonna lie. I've had to like lose sleep some nights. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe not a lot of them, but some of the nights I used to not sleep. I'd just lock in on the charts. Learn everything. I have this whole book and stuff. And I'd write the notes, repeat them, rewrite them again, forget, then come back to the market, then rewrite the notes. It was fun but lonely, I would say. So to those who want to start trading, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy, but it's simple but not easy. So you're gonna have to lose some friends. I mean, right now I literally have at least 10 contacts on my WhatsApp, and I don't text all of them, because there's this change of mindset, change on perspective, where you feel like telling it to someone who doesn't believe in it, someone who's just a 9 to 5 guy, telling him, yo, I wanna start trading, make money, and everything. It feels like you're insane because they like, nigga, stop kidding. You don't have a 9 to 5, you ain't working, you're just saying you're studying trading, and it's not giving you the money right now. Like, I have money, I get a monthly pay, but coming to think of it, it is not that bad, it's not as bad. It's not as bad. It is hard though. I mean, I'd be lonely, some point I wouldn't get out of the house because I'm like studying how to trade, I study before I know it, lunchtime's there. Before I know it, evening's there, the night has come and I can't go out. So it was hard. I'm not gonna say it was easy. It was hard, lonely and everything. Plus you have to lose some friends because the change in mindset needs change in surrounding, there's this thing that says, there's this quote that says, no matter how important you are, if you're in the wrong place, then you're worthless. So you're gonna have to change some people, you're gonna have to switch it. Right now I have two friends of mine who we just chill, like the two of us most of the time, because they have like this same mindset. They have this mindset of mine, like, we like look alike. So I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy, but it's not gonna be hard. So this is all for today. This is all for my trading vlog and my second vlog. Appreciate you guys for everything you've done to me, to support me, on YouTube, TikTok, and everything. So I'm gonna meet you guys in the next vlog. I don't know when. That was my sister, Say hi. Sama hi. Yeah, that's my sister. um, yeah, she's a good sister, and everything. So I'm gonna meet you like in the next vlog. So in the next vlog, and I think I'm gonna start like teaching everything and stuff, teaching my step to step, how I Shh, so how I got here. I have a working strategy, I mean, you've seen these clips on TikTok, find me on TikTok, A Trades. Find me on Instagram at axie_official_. Then you can find me on YouTube, this channel that I'm gonna post this video. I'm gonna try and also make some shorts for my YouTube, for my TikTok and Instagram, but thank you for my friends. I'd like to say thank you. Then also shout out to Taylor Hancho. Find him on Instagram, and then on TikTok is Hancho Trades. Then there's on Instagram you can find my other friend M Right, Mr. Right. He calls himself that. I don't know why. It is a weird name. Like he's a copycat. There's already a Mr. Right in Kenya, so he's copycatting here. So shout out to all of them and cheers. See you guys later.